I'm here today with Don Tolman. He's a world leading authority on healthy eating. And Don's sharing his wisdom and research on the topic of what we could be eating that could improve our diet, maybe potentially make us more tonic versus toxic. Don, how are you today?
I'm doing good. I appreciate you having me here.
Excellent. Don, tell us, there's a lot of very confused and maybe even frustrated people out there that follow one diet that says, eat more of this. And there's another diet that's completely contrasting or contrary that says, do not eat that. And for this example, it could be fruit. You know, one diet says, eat more fruit. Fruit fasting, juice fasting, or fruit, and the other one might say don't have any fruit whatsoever, like a keto diet.
And 99.9% of all the diets I don't even agree with. We got to keep it simple. Just embrace the physics of nature and the plants and their fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds and grains, and there are medicines, and that's all you got to do. Well, the thing that I love and what people need to know is they've been lied to about protein. Where do you get your protein if you're vegan or vegetarian? Every plant on this earth has all 200,000 identifiable proteins, and they're quick delivery proteins, not the proteins from a murdered, slaughtered animal that's rotting and decaying that you cook up and you get addicted to it because that's what was shoved into you when you were a little kid. And we've got to just get over it and wake up. They're innocent earthlings. Leave them alone and just embrace the plants. But then people say, oh, but don't ever eat fruit. There's too much sugar. There's only two kinds of sugar that exist on this earth. Fast sugars, which are toxic, and slow sugars, which are healthy. The slow sugars cross the blood-brain barrier so slowly, it energizes you. And it heals the body with its energy delivery. And the fast sugars spike you and give you a sugar high so you want more of it. And they know that in the pharmaceutical industry that created all that crap and got it out there. We just got to wake up. And if you look up the etymology and the origins of the word fruit, it literally means to add splendor and life. Vegetable means to establish and strengthen. We've got to get back to foods as our medicines because it's that simple.
So what's a good slow sugar example?
Any and all fruits. Drink citrus juices. But also there's good raw organic honey and other sweeteners like that are nature made. You can embrace those. And even if you want to be a vegetarian, that is absolutely fine as long as it's raw organic dairy, and especially if it's fermented into organic yogurts, kefirs, cheeses that have no animal rennet. It's got to say vegetable enzyme. And then they add chemical coloring, which makes it orange. No one should eat orange cheese. Just look into what you're putting in your body and teach yourself to wake up.
It's like Hippocrates said, isn't it? Let food be thy medicine, medicine be thy food.
100%. And they were not stupid people in the ancient world. They were brilliant. They were geniuses. And they studied nature, and they tasted, and they smelt, and they saw, and they did all the things. And it was brilliant what they came up with. And they taught the 7 principles of health anciently. Good, clean, fresh air is number 1. Good, clean water, number 2. Sunshine. The next is good, organic garden foods. And then another healthy thing to do is to have healthy relationships. Embrace those that are your friends and your family if they're nice and kind. And then follow your passion. Find out what you're passionate about and embrace it, because passion means passing of ions. The energy force of doing what you like lights you up and gives you a reason to stay happy and to be alive. And the one that I left out was walking. If you don't walk for an hour to 90 minutes a day, you're messing up. Life is movement. And that's what activates all the cells. When you go outside, don't do it on a treadmill indoors. Get out in the fresh air. So your senses are activated. You hear, you see, you smell, you taste, you watch. And that activates everything. The ancient healers knew it, and they were right on the money. They taught anciently there's only one disease, one. And now you can go on the internet and look up how many human diseases, and depending on the website you go to, there's anywhere from 16,000 to 22,000 to 26,000. Slow down. There's only one disease, and the ancient taught it. There's chaos at the atomic level that leads to chaos at the molecular level that leads to chaos at the cellular level, and when enough cells are in chaos, you feel it as a discomfort or dis-ease, which means symptom. And so you know something's wrong. And they knew there were only two causes of any disease in the human body, any discomfort, two. You're either toxic or you're deficient. And if you live in a modern developed country with all the crap products and everything, you're probably toxic and deficient.
So what would you say to someone who's recently been diagnosed or misdiagnosed with something like autoimmune, for example?
Yeah, if you need to build your immune system, do what the ancients said. If you get an onion and you cut it, it's a circle within 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 a circle. And they knew the cells in the body, some are that big, some are that big, some are that big, some are that big in comparison to each other. And so if you eat onions, if you eat garlic, if you have citrus, you're going to overcome any immune problem. The word diet comes from the word deity, which means that which is good. And so you've got to look into what you're putting in your mouth, putting on your skin, washing your hair with, putting on your lips and your nails, and you better look into it and see what's going on. Because that's how a lot of diseases and conditions are created over time to get you to come in to the doctors, and they can diagnose you legally. Gnosis means knowledge. Dia means split, divided, and unknown. If a doctor diagnoses you with any disease, he legally told you he's guessing. And that's why he has a license to practice on you. Maybe you ought to look up the word practice. The pharmakia, which means poison in Greek, and then became pharmaceuticals, create all of the toxic poisons that they pushed onto the people and called it medicines and got rid of foods as your medicine. Now they use toxic poisons and cut and burn and poisons to get people to try to suppress the symptoms, and then it spreads and you come back, and that's how they make money. That's how they sustain what they do. And it's been published in the medical journals ever since 2001 every year that 9 out of 10 people that go to the doctor shouldn't even be going. But they're going to come back with other disease problems because of the side effects of the prescription drugs they were given by the doctor. And you need to be your own physician, your own healer, and your own doctor, meaning your own teacher. Find the fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds that you like and embrace it.
Don, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate your wisdom and the sharing that you've done today.
And I appreciate you, and I love what you do.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm Bass Tadros for Undercurrent.